Hello everyone, I am Erika of beadingskool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly beading broadcast to make sure that every beader all around the world has company. Today we are having a retro No One Has to Bead Alone session, meaning that we go back to one of the first designs that we have enjoyed together 6 years ago, because we are also celebrating an anniversary. Lovely ladies, it is exactly 6 years. It has been exactly 6 years since we have started to bead together during No One Has to Bead Alone. Please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me well. I see Yosine, Mary Cecile, Linda, Sherry, Lynn, Robin, Susan, Kim, Antoinette, Ingrid. Lovely ladies, please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me well. You should be able to watch today's video class live on YouTube and also on the Beading School Facebook page. Linda says that she can see me and hear me on YouTube. Barbara is here also. Lita is here. So good to hear you all. Ariane, Jacqueline. And Jacqueline, wow, 6 years. Time flies when we are having beading fun. Susan, Hannah, Terry, Molly, Debbie, Elena. Lita saying happy anniversary. Jill, greetings everyone. Happy Thursday. So lovely ladies, as I said, it has been 6 years since we have started to bead together every week. So no one has to bead alone. What has started as an urge to contribute during isolation, to ease the effects of that never before known loneliness, has grown into this beautiful, colorful community, standing strong and beading together all the way since March 2020 into the present days. We are beading a retro No One Has to Bead Alone design today, bringing into the spotlight one of the earliest designs that we have enjoyed back then, 6 years ago. But we might be reaching for new colors and enjoying our new expanding beady toolkit that has grown during these years significantly. It gives us so much more possibilities to solve beady challenges that come our way. To celebrate our anniversary, I would like to invite you to play together during the next few days. How? First of all, bead with me the Starry Night motif that we are going to work on today. Bring a personal touch to your beadwork, your favorite colors, or maybe something extra like a charm, a crystal connector, or in general, just embrace the motif and bead it as like an extension of you. Bring that personal touch, dare to show through that jewel who you are. Every expression of our creativity is an expression of ourselves. So that was the first task. The second is post a picture of the finished jewel to the Beading School Club. There is a gift, there will be a gift waiting for everyone who posts the finished jewel until Sunday in the Beading School Club. Your jewel will need to be a finished piece wearable, like a pendant, a brooch, an earring. So please don't leave any hanging threads and don't show only motifs on the bead mat, but make it like a finished piece. If you wear it, it's even better. So if you are not a member yet of the Beading School Club, I would like to invite you to join today. And besides those cute gifts to everyone who will bead with me Starry Night today, I also have 3 extra gifts waiting in the treasury. And one of the very special gifts selected by the treasury ladies and gentlemen goes to the fastest beader who posts a finished jewel today in the Beading School Club. The second special gift, it will go to the most interesting personalization or colorway. So just as with the mini challenges of the Beading School Academy, me and the creative team of Beading School will select the most interesting personalization. And then the third special gift, it will go to the beader winning the public vote. So on Monday morning, we will collect all the Starry Night finished jewels that you post during the weekend. And then we will post them in an album as usually on the Beading School Facebook page. And you can cast a vote or votes, you can cast multiple votes by simply giving a like to the jewel that you like the most or jewels that you like the most. And then we will count the votes, we will collect the votes before coffee time with Erika on Tuesday, and I will announce the winners during the next video. So I can't wait to bead with you Starry Night, and I can't wait to see all those beautiful jewels that you always prepare by following the instructions. So, lovely ladies, let me tell you that the tutorial is already waiting for you at noonehastobeadalone.com or beadingschool.com/noonehastobeadalone/. And while you are downloading the PDF tutorial, you can either download it as a gift from me and Beading School for 3 days starting now, or you can check out with it through the Bead Shop to support Beading School and the videos. So while you are downloading it, please also let me know if you have any questions about the little game that we are preparing for you, and I will also tell you about the material that you need for today. I would also like to greet every beader who has joined in the meantime. I also see Ariane, she says, can see and hear you, Erika, and happy birthday to 6 years of beaded therapy. Thank you so much that you still do that. And it's thanks to you, ladies, that I can be here and we can do this together. And you know, when I'm thinking about it, that 6 years, I'm 40, that's actually like a significant part of my life. That it's amazing. Susie is also here. Sharon, Sherry, Terry. She says, it is such a gift that you have kept this wonderful time going, Erika. Thank you so much. It's thanks to you, ladies. You keep me going. Gemma, Sabine. Hello, everyone. So what will you need for today's No One Has to Bead Alone design? The focal of the motif is a 6mm round pearl. You will also need 8 pieces of 3mm round pearls. The magic number here is 8. So also 8 pieces of 3mm Preciosa bicone beads, a tiny bit of size 15 Miyuki seed beads, and then up to you 1 or 2 colors of Miyuki Delica size 11. Ariana says, in the meantime, my box has just arrived. The round alabaster turquoise blue travertine beads are just amazing. I told you so. They are so beautiful, in my opinion. Annette, Susan, Loretta, Molly. Hello, everyone. While I am switching to my hand camera, then I will show you the little video for the Lakeside Poetry Beadingschool Academy Theme box, since that is the one that we are working with nowadays. You can bead today's motif also from the Lakeside Poetry Beadingschool Academy Theme box. So if you would like to get one or get one more, then there are a few still available. So let me show you the video and I will be back. Please let me know if you have any questions about the little game or about the material that you need. So I am back, dear ladies, and you should be able to see my hand camera with the motif that I beaded from the box, and you should see also the illustration of the first step. In the meantime, I would also like to wish all our beaders who celebrate. I would like to wish Eid Mubarak to all our beady friends celebrating the end of Ramadan today. So together with everyone from Beading School, I would like to wish you a wonderful weekend filled with family, joy, and maybe even a little bit of peaceful beading time. So Loretta says all is good, and Kim says love the colors with the soft greens. Thank you so much, ladies, and let's get started. First of all, I will pick up the 6mm round pearl in that beautiful, beautiful color. That is going to be the focal of my motif. Then I will pick up 8 pieces of 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 size 11 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I bead through the 6mm round pearl one more time, so the 8 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊s will create a semicircle, a crescent around the pearl. I want to do the same for the other side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, picking up 8 pieces of 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 size 11, and I bead through the round pearl for a third time. I pull my thread, and this is how it looks like. Ariana, in the meantime, said that she finds the motif cute with the additional picots around. Thank you so much, Ariana. Now I'm going to add pairs of 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊s, attaching them with square stitches to the already attached 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊s. I will add them always in pairs. If you want a more fluid look, then you can also add them one by one. If you add them in pairs, then there will be a tiny bit of visible gap in between the pairs. So if you want to overcome that, okay, that might have been a Dutch word, then you need to add them one by one. So to do that, I bead through the first 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 to the left side from the hole. I pick up 2 delicate beads, and then I bead through 2, 3, 4 delicate beads at once, 2 before and 2 after my exit point. What is important if you work with pairs is that a pair should be placed over the hole of the round pearl, not here, not here, but exactly over the hole. Just a little improvement of the final look. It does make a difference. Then I pick up 2 more beads, and then I do the same. I bead through 2 delicates in the basic circle before and 2 after the exit point. And this is how I bead all around the pearl, always adding pair after pair, all together 8 pairs of 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 beads, since there are 16 delicate beads in basic circle. Belinda says that she finds the motif beautiful in the lakeside colors. And Martha says, beading this will be good for my mental health. Beading in circles is always calming for me. And I'm so happy to hear that you recognize the beneficial effects of beading, especially beading in circles, dear Martha. Years ago, I talked to my therapist, and I shared this many times with you, that when you do circular movements with your hands, then it has indeed a scientifically proven calming effect on your mental well-being. Stirring a soup while cooking, knitting, crochet, all work well for calming down or coloring, for example. In the meantime, I finished adding those 8 pairs of 𝐂𝐿𝐊 beads. Let's see what happens in the next step. I bead through the pair of 𝐂𝐿𝐊 beads in the basic circle that are on top of the hole, and then I turn to the opposite direction and I connect the new pairs of 𝐂𝐿𝐊 beads added in step 2 to each other by simply beading through all the pairs that I have added. I'm nearly done with connecting. You can do this also twice to make the circle more unified, or you can bead through these beads more times when you are securing your tail thread, for example. So this is it. When I pull the thread tight, then you can see that from the top and from the bottom, only one row of beads is visible, since the 2 rows are exactly the same, and that's why they are exactly on top of each other. When I turn the motif sideways, I see the 2 rows, but from the top, from the bottom, only one row should be visible. So if you want, you can repeat the thread path one more time to pull everything closer together. Just makes it nicer. And then turn back to the original direction by beading through 2 beads, 1 pair from the first circle that you have created. So what is very important, that from the next step we will add new beads to the first circle of beads that we have added. So I will show you the finished motif. That second circle of beads does not have any more connections. That is on top of the whole motif a little bit. So I am exiting a pair of delicas in the first circle. In the 5th step, again, I will add pairs of delica beads to that original circle in the same way as before. I picked up 2 new delica beads and then I beaded through 1 pair before and 1 pair after the exit point of my thread. And I repeat this 7 more times, altogether 8 times, since I have 8 pairs of delica beads. Lovely ladies, please let me know how this is going. Maybe you are all rushing to bead the motif because you want to be the first ones to post a finished jewel in the Beading School Club. That's completely understandable. The motivation is high. You know how beautiful the gifts are from the treasury, always. But please let me know how it's going. If you can follow the instructions, if I explained it well, if all is going well on your bead mats. I'm adding my last 2 pairs of 𝐂𝐿𝐊 beads with tiny square stitches. And actually beading with square stitch, it reminds me how much I love square stitch bezels. And today I want to gift myself the time of beading without fulfilling a task that I usually give myself, but still task. So after the video, I will continue just continue with my pleasure beading, and I think it will be with a square stitch. Oh, Kata says, no way I could be the fastest. My box and other stuff has just arrived and I am drooling over the package. Enjoy it very, very much, dear Kata. And please show us a picture. And Ariana says, it's working fine. I need to concentrate not to connect the last pairs. Indeed, dear Ariana, details matter. And Loretta says, very clear. I would also like to greet Irene. So good to see you all, ladies. And now, indeed, do not connect the new pairs of beads, but just bead through one of the new pairs, so we can fill the gaps here between the new pairs of beads. And the beads that we are adding now are a combination of 𝐂𝐿𝐊 in the second color, if you like, round 15, and another 𝐂𝐿𝐊, and then we bead through the next pair. So we are adding tiny picots of 𝐿𝐊 round 15, 𝐿𝐊 in between the pairs of 𝐿𝐊 beads added in the previous step. It was so funny, ladies, by the way, when I beaded the first earring earlier today, because it is my motif, it is a design by me. However, I haven't beaded it for 6 years. So in a way, it felt familiar. In a way, it felt like a long-lost relative with whom I'm not entirely familiar anymore. But once I made it, it was like, this is it. I embrace you. So adding the little picots. Already the last one. Oh no, 2 more. 1 more. And then I continue along the thread path until exiting the round 15 in the middle of the second little picot that I have added. So this is how it looks like at the moment. And let's see what is happening in step 7. We will be connecting the middle beads of the picots, the round 15s, to each other using 4 delica beads, second color, then 2 pieces from the first color, and the second color again. And then just simply beading through the next round 15. So 4 delica beads, first and last one in the second color, and the pair in the middle in the first color. So lovely ladies, hands up who beaded this already 6 years ago with me. I know that Kata has. She was always there during those first No One Has to Bead Alongs, and also so many more beaders together with her. And I tremendously appreciate these connections that we managed to build during these years. Just today, I have read a little article about how the quality of our lives is the most determined by the quality of our connections. Friends, family, partners, colleagues, but that's what matters the most in our lives. In the meantime, I added all 8 groups of beads, and I want to finish by beading through the first group I added, round 15, and then beading through 3 delica beads, stopping after the pair in the middle. And now comes a little bit trickier part, but just a little bit trickier. So we are going to add, again, pairs of delica beads to the pairs of delica beads in the middle, and then with square stitches, and then over the round 15s, we will add a group of 3 round 15s, creating another little picot. After picking up the 3 round 15s, we bead only through 3 Miyuki delicas, because now we pick up 2 Miyuki delicas, we bead through the pair in the middle of the group of 4, plus 1, and now again 3 round 15s over the 1 round 15, skipping it. So we bead from delica, we exit a delica, pick up the group of 3, then we enter a delica again. And Antoinette says, one of my favorite bracelet is one of my favorite design of yours. And I'm so happy to hear that and know that, dear Antoinette. Rita says there is a difference in the time and she finds it confusing. Dear Rita, I understand. It is because there was a daylight saving time change already in the United States, but we will have it this weekend if I'm correct. Please, someone let me know. We should have also had an announcement about this. I don't know if it has already went out, but indeed the time is changing here 2. We will be back to normal soon. Ladies, did I explain well this step? This is a little bit trickier, and I want to make sure that everyone can follow. Marie-Cécile says, it is always easy to understand Erika, despite I don't speak correctly in English. Dearest Marie-Cécile, I so appreciate your comment, and your English is great. And I'm so happy that through the language of beading, we understand each other no matter what. Oh, and Ingrid says it's the next weekend, so not this. So after the next weekend, we will be back to our normal. Thanks, Ingrid. Sometimes these days I even forget when is it, because these days, thanks to the internet, all our clocks change automatically. So I just sometimes notice like, oh, I'm more tired, or I'm less tired, or I sleep more, or I sleep less. But since we don't have to manually adjust clocks, then sometimes I completely forget about it. Now I'm adding the last picot. And then I bead through 3 delicate beads. So this is how it looks like after step 8. Hey, I forgot a picot here. I have to wear. Sorry, I forgot to add a pair of delicates. Like, why does it look a bit strange and lopsided? Because I skipped a pair of delicate beads. Okay, all is well now. 8 new pairs of delicates, 8 new groups of 3 round 15s. In the next step, I start by beading through one of those new pairs of delicate beads. I pick up 4 pieces of delicate beads in the same color and also a 3mm round pearl. I bead through the first delicate bead of that pair in the opposite direction. So if my thread is hanging towards the top before picking up the new beads, then I bead towards me, towards the bottom, through the bottom delicate bead. So the pearl and the 4 delicate beads are on the top. Then, sorry, I pick up 4 more delicate beads and I bead through this 3mm pearl towards the middle of the motif. So there are 2 crescents, 2 half moons, half circles of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 delicates all together around the round pearl. Then, starting towards the bottom of the motif from me, I connect all 10 delica beads to each other by simply beading through them. Thank you, ladies, for all the bless yous. And when I get back to the pair, I turn to the opposite direction by the pair holding the pair, and I get in position for the next step by beading until exiting a pair holding another pair of delica beads. And I alternate between these two steps until I have round pearls all around. So I bead through the new pair of delica beads. I pick up 4 pieces of delicas, a round pearl. I bead towards me through the bottom delica. I pick up 4 more delicas and bead through the pearl towards the motif. Then I bead all around through the delica beads to pull them together nicely. And after beading through the 2 below the pearl, I bead through the original pair holding them, and then I get in position for the next step. Oh, and thank you so much, Ariane, for the confirmation that the explanation works. This is indeed a trickier part, and I'm like, poor me, when I was explaining it 6 years ago. I probably did not yet have the skills, the vocabulary, the confidence to do it well. So also poor you. But there were many, many, many beautiful Starry Night bracelets and other jewels already back then. So somehow it has worked, but I hopefully do it better these days. So I'm doing the 3rd repetition. Please let me know if you could understand, if I explained it well enough this time. If anyone still needs explanation, please don't shy away from speaking up. Asking questions is more than encouraged. So please let me know if you need more explanation on it or a different way of explaining. And then since I still have 5 more pearls to attach, then I will do that again, of course. Otherwise, I might not repeat myself so many times and focus on beading a little bit. Okay, Linda says that the explanation is very clear. Thank you so much for confirming that, Linda. It's very important for me that you ladies can follow the workshop well. That is, of course, besides having fun together and spending time together, of course, we have this goal, each and every one of us, to create beautiful jewels, to learn something new. And I'm halfway with attaching. Ariana says, in the meantime, I haven't been here 6 years ago. For me, the 5th year of academy starts with this theme. Wow, dear Ariana, that's also such a huge milestone. We love having you here. And I will always remember the beautiful face-to-face interview that when you answered our questions so we can get to know you better. That was amazing. I remember your pictures with the costumes and yeah, every one of those face-to-face interviews, they bring us even closer together. And thank you so much for sharing more about yourself so we can connect on a different level. By the way, I know that you love dressing up, and you might have seen that Susie and Veronka, my colleagues from the Beadingschool Creative Team, they have been to Comic-Con this past weekend together. I think it's a beautiful way to strengthen their friendship and also wonderful for them as for team members. And of course, they dressed up and they have included something beady in their outfits. And I know that Susie actually found something beautiful for you ladies during Comic-Con. So you can look forward to some very special mini challenge prizes this time. And Chantal has also joined us now. Welcome, dear Chantal. I have 3 more pearls to add. This is a little bit longer part while we are attaching the pearls. But otherwise, it goes pretty quick, I would say. Oh, now I got reminded that Starry Night was one of those bracelets where I still needed a motif to finish it fully. Sarah, dear, once busted me that I always photograph my bracelets so the 2 ends are not visible at the same time. And, you know, back then, it took me a full week to design a motif, to draw the instructions, to write the text, to go with it, to get ready for No One Has to Bead Alone. So practically right after finishing a No One Has to Bead Alone, it was on Fridays back then. So I would finish it at 6 and then I would already start sometimes the same day to work on the new motif. Otherwise, I would not be able to finish. On one hand, I didn't have the experience yet to do it in a more time-efficient way, but also these days, I just have a lot more help, and I appreciate it so, so much. And Ariana says that she saw some pictures probably from Susie and Veronka, and she says they met Pippin. Indeed. He's my favorite hobbit of all the hobbits we've met in Tolkien's Lord of the Rings saga. I loved his song that he sang to Demetrion. And I'm so happy for Veronka and Susie that they could meet Billy Boyd the actor who played Pippin. They even shared with me a little video because there was a possibility to ask questions from Pippin. And guess what? Or Veronica asked a question and got an answer from Pippin. Cindy says, I love Pippin and Bilbo. And Ariana says that her favorite hobbit is also Pippin. He's great. By the way, I know it might sound stupid that I did not recognize it earlier, but last year when I was in Ireland during the summer, together with one of my best friends, I recognized that Tolkien actually modeled Hobbiton after Ireland, and it felt so weird because I know Irish people. I think they are great company, and I think they totally have the charm of hobbits, and they enjoy having fun and enjoying life, and they all tend to have connection to music or dancing and just leisure. But somehow I never connected the dots. And then once I was there, like, oh wow, I'm actually in Hobbiton. And that also brings me to the thought that actually this week we celebrated St. Patrick's Day, and many of you got the collection that we put together for St. Patrick's Day. And thank you so much for loving the emerald green of our St. Patrick's box. In the meantime, I finished adding the pearls, so I have all the 8 round pearls attached. And let's see what's happening now. So I will be adding now bicone beads, and here I confess I just had to go for the new silver aquamarine color from Preciosa that they released a few days ago, and we were at Beading School, one of the lucky ones who could bring silver aquamarine to you between the first bead shops. And I have here a matte silver aquamarine version. So I cheated on the box a little bit, and instead of the black diamond or the peridot 2xAB, I used the silver aquamarine matte to finish my motif. And Molly says, one of my friends' name is Aragorn, and he usually has trouble at airports still. Oh, that's amazing, Molly. How old is he? Like, I'm curious if he got the name before or after the movies. Ingrid watched the St. Patrick's Parade on Tuesday without any rain. And Chantal says, I love the new matte bicones. Oh, they are so beautiful. So now to attach them, I am a pair holding the pair of delicas, holding the round pearl, and I bead through 2 delica beads out of the 4 that I picked up. Then I pick up a group of round 15, 3mm bicone round 15, and then I bead through 6 Miyuki delicas in a way that 2 before the pair holding the pearl, then the pair holding the pearl attached to the other pair of delicas, and 2 more. Molly says it was before the movies. And again, I pick up round 15 bicone round 15, and I bead through 6 delica beads. And imagine, ladies, just today I saw a post on social media that Viggo Mortenstein, who is playing Aragorn, he was in Budapest recently, and he went to one of the famous museums without security, without like much fireworks around him, and people didn't recognize him. There was like one person who recognized him and walked to him, who is a member of the Tolkien Society, a founding member of Tolkien Society in Hungary. But imagine that you would have gone to the museum last Saturday, for example, and then there would be Aragorn standing beside you, enjoying art together. Anyway, I'm adding the bicones. Or the groups of like round 15 bicone round 15. And in between beading through the 6 𝐂𝐄𝐑𝐄s. Ariana says, I would probably think it's a fake. I can imagine. I would totally not recognize, like, maybe not even my favorite actors. So I have added all 8 groups, but we need to strengthen this a little bit more. So to do that, I bead through the delica beads around the round pearl, and you see there are always like 4 delica beads on top of the round pearls, 2 plus 2, and I'm going to connect them to the groups of round 15 bicone round 15. This makes the motif slightly domed. I wouldn't leave it this way these days, by the way, ladies. I think this is something that would bother me these days. Back then, probably I didn't have enough time to figure it out better. And why I continued playing with adding more beads around the original motif. I will also try to quickly show you how I did that, in case you would like to bead the slightly extended version. But try to like not pull the motif entirely. Because it would be too domed. It's one of those where you need to like put it down, gently tap it, and then trust that all will be well. Oh, and Molly says a Lord of the Rings theme would have been so cool. I believe so too, Molly, but I don't think we are allowed to do that. Anyway, let's see how I did the extras. So if you would like to expand the motif a tiny bit, then I do not have illustrations for this, but I will hide the image so you see my bead mat, so you see what's happening with my bead mat better. So I am adding size 15 seed beads over the round 15s between 2 and 2 delicate beads, and then I am adding a picot of 4 delicate beads over the bicone. So when I'm exiting, I'm just repeating the thread path around the edge, along the edge, and always after beading through 2 delicates, I add the round 15, then I continue into 2 delicates and the round 15. I pick up 4 delicate beads, I skip the bicone, and I bead through round 15 and 2 delicate beads. Here again, I add the round 15 and I bead through 2 delicates and a round 15. If you want, you can use here a second color of the round 15s. Then again, I pick up 4 delicates, I skip the bicone, and I bead through 2 delicates. I skip the bicone, I bead through round 15 and 2 delicates. Then again, I pick up a round 15 and continue. So this makes the motif more acceptable to the standards that I hold these days, and also makes it, in my opinion, a bit nicer. I have a more finished feel from it. And this is my little extra gift, this trick, to everyone who decided to join me today. And since we are very close to finishing this motif together, to the finish line of our beading time today, lovely ladies, please let me know if you have any questions regarding No One Has to Bead Alone, regarding the little game that we are organizing for you, regarding the beautiful precious navettes that we have added to the bead shop, or maybe about the St. Patrick collection in all those beautiful green and golden shades that we have waiting for you. Or also please let me know if this was clear and how are you doing with your motif. There is one more step to finish off this slightly expanded variation, so still stay with me please, but you can type in your questions so then in the end I can answer them all. So the very last step of this extended version is to pull together the delicate beads. So I will skip here next to the bicone the round 15 in the first color, and I will add a delicate bead in the second color between 2 and 2 delicate beads over the bicone. So here I bead only through delicates and not through the round 15 in between. And then when I reach the bicone, then I bead through 2 delicate beads. I pick up another delicate, and then I continue. And Belinda says, these colors really touch me. And I'm so happy to hear that, dear Belinda. Sometimes a shape, sometimes a color combination, sometimes even like a component itself resonates with us, touches us, because we feel that there is something speaking to us. And Marta says, you must have started with a very long piece of fire line. Yes, I have to confess that I misplaced my measuring tape. It must be, okay, I already see it. And I was rushing to cut my fire lines, so I did not measure it. I just knew that for this one I need a long piece, so that's why it's super long. And Ariana says, just started to add bicones. It was again too fun talking with you. Dear Ariana, and I appreciate it so much, and appreciate everyone's company and time who take the time to talk to me. It feels very, very like a very, very important part of or beading time. I do not want to do this only as a simple explanation. I was like reprimanded by some beaders on YouTube, especially like, oh, why do you talk about other stuff also, not only beading? And I'm like, because this is different. Here we appreciate the company, we do like the community, and talking to each other, it is what creates the community. And don't get offended if someone says that, don't mistake me. It's just a different type of teaching, a different type of doing videos, and it's completely fine. Not everything has to fit for everyone. I really, really love it when there is ample time and opportunity to also enjoy each other's company. Jill says, I love this motif in the original colors, but this colorways is inspired. And thank you so much, Loretta. So lovely ladies, I would like to mention that this week we have added all kinds of beautiful colors from the 7x15mm Preciosa Fancy Navette cabochons. And this feels very special because usually fancy stones come in much less colors, but this time we have 30 colors waiting for you, even very special ones like Amethyst, for example, or Bermuda Blue or Dark Indigo. So please use the opportunity to grab fancy stones in some very, very special colors. I would also like to indeed mention the St. Patrick's Day's collection celebrating the Emerald Isle. And it comes with hand-pressed, hand-painted glass cabochon with a pattern that is a historic pattern. And it was made in the Czech Republic specifically for this collection. So it is included in the St. Patrick's Day's collection. I would also like to mention that our ladies today did, in the Beading School Treasury, did a big restock of 13x18mm pressed pierre cabochons, 11x11mm square cabochons with metal claw settings, the 8mm stars, and I know that that they are in high demand these days because they figured in so many of the tutorials from the Beaders calendar in January and in February too. So we managed to restock the little stars and also some 10x14mm pearls. And Chantal says, the St. Patrick's cabochon is really beautiful. It's such a good one. And Cindy says, there are gorgeous colors in the navettes, and I got the beautiful Shamrock collection as well. Thank you so much, Cindy. I'm so glad that you like them. And Loretta says, I like to go, ladies. Headed to the bead shop. I need nuggets. Have a great rest of your day. Oh, Belinda, thank you. Marlo says, I absolutely love this community. I wouldn't want it any other way. Well, dear ladies, thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you so much for beading with me this Starry Night motif for the first time or for the second time maybe, or maybe this is not even your second version, but third, fourth, fifth, sixth variation. Don't forget about the little game celebrating the 6th anniversary of No One Has to Bead Alone. And thank you so much for keeping this going. Thank you so much for being here, so no one has to bead alone. Love you all, and I appreciate your company very, very much. Take care of yourselves, dear ladies. Take care of your loved ones, and happy beading. Very big hug to you. Bye-bye.